Hi, Capricorn. I'm picking up on some pent up emotions here. And honestly, it feels like you've been holding something in for quite a while now. You've been biting your tongue, you've been keeping the peace. You're trying not to upset anybody here, especially when it comes to people that you actually care about. This could be a family, a partner, somebody that's close to your heart. But here's the thing, while you're out there trying to keep the peace for everybody else, who's trying to keep the peace for you? Because I see you holding a lot inside. There's something you want to say, but you're worried it might create tension. So you've been keeping it to yourself, telling yourself maybe your feelings aren't valid, maybe it's not worth bringing up. But Capricorn, that pressure has been building. And when we hold things in for too long, eventually it starts to spill over. So some of you might even feel caught in the middle of something, confused about what to do, unsure of how to handle the situation. This feels very private, like something that's happening behind closed doors, not something that the outside world really knows about. But there are unresolved feelings here, and they keep resurfacing. Now, for some of you, there's Virgo energy showing up here, and this could be one of two things. For some of you guys, you simply just need some space. You need time alone to think, to breathe, to process everything that's been building up for you. Things have been feeling a little overwhelming, maybe even a little claustrophobic, and your system is asking for a moment to sort of, reset. And for others, the fear is different. There is this fear that if you speak your truth, if you say what you really feel, you might end up standing alone. Like people are not going to see your side, or they might distance themselves. But Capricorn, you're allowed to express yourself. As long as it's coming from a place of honesty and respect, your feelings do deserve to exist. Now, I'm also seeing that while all of this emotional stuff is going on, there may actually be an opportunity around you that you could miss if you're too distracted by everything else. Something small, something subtle, maybe a choice, maybe a path, but it requires you to be present enough to notice it. Now, for those of you that are dealing with a Virgo person, I actually don't feel any bad energy here. They're good people. I see that it's somebody who might also be going through their own things privately. So they may appear happy on the surface, like everything's fine, but they're actually dealing with something internally, and they're trying not to worry you. It's kind of the same energy that you've been trying not to worry others. But then we also have some big mental shifts happening for you. There's this sense of rethinking your beliefs, your perspectives, even things that you've believed your whole life. So you might suddenly find yourself curious about new subjects, new philosophies, new ideas, maybe even wanting to study or learn something new. Capricorn, follow that curiosity. Expand your mind, read about it, listen to the podcasts, watch documentaries, go down the rabbit hole. Even if you don't know what you'll do with the information yet, just file it away, because knowledge has a funny way of becoming useful later. Now, there's also Gemini energy showing up here, and I'm going to be honest, I'm not liking this Gemini energy. It feels like somebody who's fine when everything else is fine, like light and fun and easy. But the moment that you try to have a real conversation, something deeper, something that actually needs to be addressed, they shut down and they avoid it. Maybe they give you the cold shoulder or the silent treatment. Capricorn, you don't need to walk on eggshells for somebody like that. Wanting to talk about real issues, wanting to maintain a relationship or fix something that's not working, that's not a problem. That's actually relationship maintenance. It's like replacing a light bulb in a house. Just because something needs fixing doesn't mean you're going to sell the house or the whole house is going to fall apart. If somebody refuses to have these conversations and chooses avoidance instead, you know what? Let them. Don't chase them. Don't beg them to listen. You're simply just trying to handle things like an adult. And this Gemini energy, or whoever this person is, they're showing up like they can't be a grown up here. So who needs that? Now, also when it comes to your daily routines and habits, your schedule, your health, your day-to-day life, there also may be some small adjustments that need to happen here. Maybe you're overworking yourself. Some of you, your body needs more care, or your routine just needs a little maintenance, like better sleep, better food, better movement, or even just giving yourself permission to rest. Again, this is not anything drastic. It's just about maintenance. Just like you maintain a car so it keeps running smoothly, you have to do the same for yourself. All right, Capricorn, I'm going to pause right here. I know it was a lot, but there's actually a lot more. This was only the first half of the reading. In part 2, you're actually showing up in your own reading, and there's also a Libra energy coming in through there too. And it also shifts the story in a really interesting way with the Tower card here coming up. So if you want to hear the rest of this message, follow me for part 2 so we can continue where we left off. You can find the extended readings right at the top of my page. If this message resonated with you, go ahead and drop your birthday month in the comment section below and write the affirmation, I am my own best guide. I love you so much, Capricorn, and we'll talk soon.